Welcome to the Boost tutorial, part 1. This is Boost Basics. We're going to walk through the absolute basics of using the Boost command line tool, from creating a user account, downloading the software itself, creating our first remote environment, and then interacting with it. Before we dive in, let's talk a bit about what actually is Boost. Boost is this tool that allows developers to run their code in a remote environment called a Codebox. So write code locally, run code remotely. The vision is to bypass the whole "it runs on my machine" issue by never actually running on your own machine in the first place. So that is Boost. Throughout this tutorial, what I'll do is put timestamps in the description to allow you to navigate to the specific spots within the tutorial that are most relevant to you. Also, keep in mind this is version 0.1.12 of Boost. So as updates are released over time to the software, hopefully videos like this will be re-released in order to keep you up to date. But until then, this is, again, 0.1.12. Now into the tutorial. Let's create our user account through Boost. We're going to navigate to boost.io/CLI/new user to create our Boost user account. This is the usual stuff: username, email, password, and we also have a beta access key currently. It's a closed beta. In the future, and likely when you're watching this video, the access key will be eliminated, it will be open, so no need to worry about that. But for the time being, let's make our user account. We'll call this tutorial 1. Email. My email, by the way, feel free to reach out. Cool. I need to pause the video to put in the access key. Great. So we are now in. The user account is created. In order to access the software itself, we use the Python package manager pip. If you don't already have it, you could get it by sudo apt install python 3-pip. I have it, however, so I'm able to install directly with pip3 install Booste CLI. So it's collecting that package, which exists up on the PyPy repository. One thing to keep in mind, if you're familiar with virtual environments in Python or Docker containers, make sure not to install Boost within a virtual environment or container. You want to have it accessible in your entire system, not just within some small environment. If you don't know virtual environments, just don't worry about it. So it says successfully installed. We could actually check the success of the installation by running the straight command boost. Prints out the help page for the CLI. You could also get that with --help, the flag. So if you ever get lost using the command line interface, this is basically all the documentation you need. Additionally, documentation is available here at boost.io/CLI/documentation. But let's get logged in. We will log in using the command boost login. Type in our username, tutorial1, and our password. And with that, we log into the Boost system through the command line interface. Now, when you first log into Boost on your machine, what it does is it creates a directory for you at home/your machine username, in this case, Eric/B Boost. I cd into this, and then I'll describe what it is. So within this directory, home/Eric/Boost, this is your file sync directory. This is very important. It is similar to Dropbox, a directory that anything placed within it will synchronize to the remote environment in real time. So as you make edits, the code box will update itself to reflect these changes. So if you're running code through Boost, always remember the code must sit in this file sync directory. Otherwise, it will not execute properly. So now that that's out of the way, let's create our first code box with Boost new. We input a name. We can do super fun tutorial. How about that? Give it a password. This password is what you use to share the code box with your teammates. So what's happening now, the CLI is automating cloud-sided infrastructure and networking to give you, the user, unique access into a dedicated virtual machine. It's also giving you an encryption key that allows you to securely communicate with this VM in an encrypted way through SSH. So the key downloads, you don't have to worry about it, but it is on your machine. It's on no one else's machine. Now that we have our code box created, we can see it with Boost List. Boost List gives you all of your available code boxes. In this case, we just have one super fun tutorial. It is running. It has a unique ID, again, used for the sharing of the code box, as well as a local ID that you use to just refer to this code box. For example, if I wanted a list of the members within the code box, I would run the info command and specify local ID number 1. Currently in this code box, tutorial 1 is the only user within Superfun tutorial. If I want, I can set a default and make it so that I don't have to specify a local ID every time. So boost default, and I pass in local ID 1. With this, I've set Superfun tutorial as my default code box. So whenever I run any command through Boost, it assumes I'm referring to Superfun tutorial. Even if I had more code boxes, I could set the default. You can track your default by typing Boost list. It will give an asterisk next to the code box that you have set as your default. Clear the default using default clear. Asterisk is gone. Let's set the default again. Cool. So Superfun tutorial is the default. Great. Our code boxes are set up. Let's write our first code. So over here in my locally based desktop code editor, I am within the file sync directory Boost. So I'm going to create a hello world in Python. Save it as hello.py. And put in a simple print statement. Hello world. We'll be happy about it. Hello world in Python. I save it. I come over here into my file sync directory, and you can see that hello.py exists locally. Normally what I would do to run it locally is Python 3, hello.py, point to hello.py, I give it the interpreter Python 3. The machine takes that, runs with it, prints the hello world. What I could do though is run it in the Boost code box simply by typing the word boost before the execution command. Boost Python 3 hello.py. When I first run this one-liner, it kicks off the file sync process and makes sure that hello.py is available remotely. After that, it runs hello.py. Now, file sync will continue running in the background. It's like, again, like Dropbox. It keeps running until I shut down my machine. So next time I run boost python 3 hello.py, all it does is execute hello world remotely. Like this is remote execution of hello.py. And I could edit it locally. Hello boost. So I'm saving the edit locally. I get over here into command line again and run the same one-liner, and you'll see that the update is already in the cloud because file sync is happening in the background. With smaller size repos, it happens so quickly that you don't have to wait at all. So I'll make a big edit, I'll save it, get over here, run it as fast as I can, and the edit actually made it into the cloud before my execution command did. So again, with smaller repos, there's no wait time at all for the upload. It's just there, ready to go, feels just like running it locally. That's pretty cool. Now let's graduate from Python. Let's go to a different coding language and do a hello world. Oops. We're going to do a hello world in Bash, hello.sh. So Boost is not restricted just to Python. We could write the hello world like this with the shebang and bash, and then bash's equivalent of a print statement, echo, hello world, bash. Cool. So I need to save hello.sh, move over into my file sync directory. You can see it's indeed there. It's in the file sync, so that means it is available remotely through Boost. Boost, I execute it through .hello.sh. That's the remote execution command, and it runs. If I wanted to run it locally, I could, just through the simple .hello.sh or through Boost remotely. Same thing, it's just either running on the remote code box or on my own machine, simply by adding or removing the word Boost. And this wraps up the tutorial. If you want, you could do crazier stuff with the Python. You could, print a range, for example, run that. So you're not restricted to very basic use cases. You could do whatever you please. But with that, we are ending this tutorial. We've done a hello world in Python. We've done a hello world in Bash scripting. And then in the next tutorial, what we'll do is set up the environment to handle more complex library setups, such as Keras will be the example, machine learning library. So we'll import that, we'll do stuff with it, then we'll share that environment with our team so they don't have to go through the same setup. That's happening in the next video. So for now, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking with me, and I hope you have fun with it.